Hi everyone, I am going to go over Lab 4. So in Lab 4, I have for the first part as force in motion during a hockey slap shot. Now, if you may have noticed in the Pivot Interactive, it is very short, so it doesn't give you a lot of instruction, but I went ahead and gave you quite a bit in Canvas. So if you go through here, I show you what equations you'll need to be using and what exactly you need to do in order to complete the assignment. So the first thing, you want to collect your data and distance and time measurements using these tools over here, okay, in the video. And after that, you can determine your final velocity of the puck after the stick is no longer in contact with it, okay? And then create a graph of distance versus time, okay? So that's going to be the first portion of this lab, okay? And then it asks you a few questions. What is the velocity from the graph? Does it match what you calculated? What's the initial velocity of the puck? And it wants you then to measure the time, the amount of time that the stick is in contact with the puck, and from that we are able to calculate the acceleration of the puck. Okay, so let's see. It shows you exactly how to do that above in this part here. Okay, remember acceleration is the difference in velocity over the distance in time, difference in time. And so then from there we can calculate the average force on that puck. Okay, so that is the first part of the lab. It's pretty straightforward, just looking at Newton's laws. Okay, Newton's second law. And if we go to part 2, we're doing something very similar. Again, looking at force equals mass times acceleration. Okay, but we will be needing some different factors. So in this case, we want to know the relationship between force and acceleration. So we're going to determine what that relationship is. Okay, so it talks about some different kinematic equations that we'll need. Okay, and we will then go on to answering what hypothesis you're testing. You want to, again, like I said, be able to talk about force versus acceleration. Okay, so it asks you what hypothesis you're testing and so forth. It asks you to solve for the acceleration using the equation above and find these measurements. Take some measurements for your data table and then calculate your acceleration, okay? And then calculate your force. So then it has a few more questions talking about any discrepancies between the values, why maybe values are different, and then you just conclude what you learned in this lab. Okay, so this one is pretty short, sweet, to the point, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this assignment, or this lab 4. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. This one was super short, sweet, to the point. Okay, and if you have any questions, please contact me.